gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm back with another video. Today's video topic is on how to chase aesthetics, okay? How to look as good as possible in your journey with weightlifting. Number one tip I'm gonna give you is you have to be honest with yourself, okay? Weigh up where it is you are lacking. Look yourself in the mirror and see what needs work on. That's the beauty of bodybuilding, okay? We are literally building our bodies, but if we don't know where to focus most of our attention on, it's gonna be like an exercise in futility. And I didn't mean that to be a pun. So look at yourself in the mirror. See what could be built better. Maybe you have bigger arms in proportion to your shoulders. Maybe your back's not as in proportion as what it should be. Okay, maybe you're lacking in a bit of size in the chest. We need to note that down, and when working out our program, we need to focus on those exercises. So we need to do those exercises more frequently so that we can hit those body parts more often, which in turn means more growth. Okay, be realistic with what you got. Understand that you're not going to be able to get massive very quickly. It's going to take some time, it's going to take a lot of effort and work, but that's what makes it worth it. In the end, we are putting in that time and investing it in ourselves. Isn't that a beautiful thing? The fact that we can do that. The fact that we can take hours and so much effort and put it back into ourselves and get something out of it if we do it properly, if we do it correctly. Okay, we need to be realistic with what can be done. And then the third tip is we gotta sacrifice, okay? Sometimes we're gonna have to sacrifice those parties, those nights out. We're gonna have to sleep in a bit early to get that rest that we need, that recovery that we need. We're gonna have to eat good foods. We're gonna have to stop drinking with alcohol, stop smoking that weed, stuff like that. Okay, we really need to focus and dial in on what is important if you really want to go after this. It's going to have to take some sacrifice, really it is. And I don't see that as a bad thing, because in the end you are better off than a lot of people. And I keep saying this, it's not about comparing yourself to other people and stuff like that, but in the end of the day, life is a competition, okay? It's about those mini victories. You feel more confident once you reach that physique. You feel more confident, it's a fact, okay? I saw this video on First Man. I think he released it either yesterday or the day before, that says you don't have low confidence, you have low value. And I agree with him. I do agree with him on that, because your brain weighs up so many things before you interact with people, before you go up and even talk to this girl. You make so many excuses as to why you just can't speak to her at this moment, as to why you're not good enough. And I think you should listen to that. I think that's your brain being honest with you and pointing out some insecurities that you need to go work on. That's a good thing, okay? If you're not doing that, like Chris said, I think that's a bad thing. You're an egomaniac if that's not the case. So having insecurities, having doubts, it's a good thing. It's a normal thing. Everybody has them. But we need to use this as indicators as to what it is and where the problem lies. And we need to work on this so we can get rid of those insecurities. We can use them to fuel whatever it is we are chasing after. Okay, but understand that you can have more confidence. It's going to help you throughout your life. So I do suggest chasing after aesthetics for a couple of years, sacrificing for a couple of years to get to your dream body, or to what you are capable of doing genetically. Reach your genetic ceiling, and from there you can build on to other things. You can move on to the next thing. You can focus on building your mind, building your business, stuff like that. But you spend a little time on your body as well, because it is important. It does help in many different aspects, and you'll see that in life. Once you got that body, you'll be treated differently. People will treat you with more respect. People will be more cautious to try and push your buttons. It's just one of those things. Use that to your advantage, okay? Next thing you got to do is go in a lean bulk, okay? If you're overweight, do a body recomposition, okay? Focus on building that muscle and losing that fat. But if you are too skinny, get within that right zone Okay, there's a zone that your body likes to be in that is optimal for testosterone and for muscle building. Okay, the lean bulk between 15 to 20%, I'd say. Normally, if we have to go on the extreme ends, I'd say about 12 to 22% for men, 14% to about 30 on the extreme ends for women, and that should be a healthy range to stay in. Your hormones are happiest in that range, which means it's optimal to put on the most amount of muscle, naturally, of course. So go on a lean bulk. Okay, focus on lifting some serious weight, getting those numbers up, but also focus on the body parts that you need to build. Okay. Next thing you're gonna have to do, I think this is going to be the most difficult part, it's actually planning the workout and planning according to what your needs are. Like I said earlier in the video, frequency is important when trying to build those big muscles, but you don't want to make it too frequent to the point where you're overworking them and you're not giving them enough time to recover. So where is it you lack? Normally I work out 5 times a week. Okay, so I start with upper body because my lower body's big enough. I need to start focusing more on upper body and my back, upper back, and try and get that to where I want it to be. Get it more in proportion with the rest of my body. So I do upper body more frequently. I eat upper body 3 times a week and lower body twice. So think about stuff like that, and in that sense, you gotta work around when you're gonna hit back, when you're gonna hit chest, when you're gonna hit shoulders, stuff like that. Okay, if you want a blueprint to what it is to have an aesthetic body, I'm basically talking about that burrito look. Really wide shoulders, a decent amount of traps, a nice thick neck, got a chest that pops out like a cupboard that needs to be 3D. Abs are quite important too. I'm speaking of personal preference, but I do like a nice set of defined abs. That looks good. I enjoy that look. A bit of obliques also, you got that V line coming in, and some decent legs, a decent pair of legs on you. That really makes a well-rounded physique, a nice aesthetic physique. It's nice to look at. That's basically what I'm getting at. And you got to focus on certain muscle groups. Okay, you want to get that appearance of being wider, work on your shoulders, do a couple stomach vacuums, just try and get that waist as small as possible, or give it the illusion of looking as small as possible. So work on your shoulders, bit of back and your chest, and I would say traps is pretty important as well, but that's just my personal opinion on the matter. So once you plan your workout, the next part is going to be staying disciplined and staying consistent. There's no point in you doing this for a week or two and then just stopping. Okay, this is going to be a lifestyle. It's going to be for you to see the maximum results, for you to get like the most out of it. I'd say dedicate 5 years of your time towards building your dream body, towards building your dream physique. And I do think that's achievable because everybody works at a different rate. Normally, you get the most of those beginner gains in the first 2 years, and after that it's half, and after that it's half of that half. So it does begin to taper off slowly, but giving yourself 5 years allows you to put in the most amount of work and get to basically the end of your capabilities in growing your physique. So 5 years is a solid time. That's not too long, it's not too short. I think it's very achievable. You just got to break it down in smaller steps. This year, let's focus on gaining 2 kilograms. Next year, let's focus on gaining 1.5 kilograms. Next year, 1 kilo. Year after that, let's just focus on defining those muscles a bit more. After that, you can just continue. Maybe you might want to pursue chasing strength. Then you're just going after the numbers. You already have the physique you want. You already have that aesthetic physique. Now you can just go out and chase those numbers, build your strength up. That's the beauty of bodybuilding. There's so much stuff you can go into, so much stuff you can do, so many different avenues you can move into. So think about that. But really, the benefits of having an aesthetic physique, I'll make a separate video on that. because it really is helpful, and how to gain other aesthetic parts about it. It's not just about muscle, it's your body language. Like right now, this is pretty unattractive. I just corrected myself. Sitting up straight, being direct with the person, the way you come across to the people, that is important. That also adds into this whole area of aesthetics. It's a big area. So part 2 is going to be coming out pretty soon, and I'm going to go into more depth about how you can be more aesthetic in other aspects of life. Okay, hope you really resonated with what I said. Hope this was some valuable information to you. If it was, do share with people that are like-minded. Leave a like, subscribe, do all those things necessary. And if you like me as a personality, let me know. Give me some video topics if you'd like. That's all I got to say. Peace. Stay on your grind. Stay on your purpose. Okay, that's the end of the video.